a privilege that only a few people get. It's not a right for all people.
And it should never be a privilege. It should be equal access for all.
And by the way, this country is the United States.
Yeah, and that's yours. And in mine, Canada, it is not that much different. It is a bit better, but not substantially better. Like, I had the privilege of my initial diagnosis back in 2001, we'll say, cost me nothing. My reassessment this past January cost me nothing. My daughter's diagnosis in February cost us nothing. My pills are fucking expensive though. However, I'm even hearing in other provinces and other cities, even in Alberta here in my province, that people have to pay. They have to fork out hundreds or thousands of dollars to get their diagnosis. So, and that's something that is bullshit and needs to stop, in my little meager opinion.
Before this takes a turn for the political, just understand that self-diagnosis is a completely valid thing to do. If you do not have access to get these resources that you need in order to have a formal diagnosis. Self-diagnosis does not necessarily grant you any of the rights that somebody with a formal diagnosis has. That's things like medication, or here in the United States, using the Americans with Disabilities Act. However, having that understanding of yourself, that self-awareness to say, this isn't right and this is what I believe I have, is a fantastic springboard to improving yourself. So you will never hear from any of us that self-diagnosis is invalid.
No.
Because for many people, getting a diagnosis of ADHD starts with that own self-diagnosis of ADHD.
Exactly.
And it's not just for the people who don't have the access to the proper healthcare, or the people that can't afford it. Even in the cases of those who do have the bit of privilege, you have to start with a self-diagnosis before you end up going in there. It's not too often, unless your name is Lee, that you walk in there and the doctor says, oh, hey, by the way.
Yeah, well, as self-aware as I am,
well, and
I have no excuse.
And now, a word from our sponsor, ADHD Incorporated. Has this ever happened to you? What an embarrassing mistake. But don't worry, because we can turn that embarrassing mistake into a superpower! Hi, I'm Willie Everdoit for ADHD Incorporated. And get ready for our Easter special, HD. That's right, now you can forget things in high definition! But what? It was a typo? Well, why aren't you people proofreading this stuff?
Well, I think that about does it for us.
I think so.
That was a lot. Just to give people an idea of how squirrely this whole thing got, we started recording, what was it, about 11?
Something like that.
11 o'clock. It's now 3:30 in the morning because we're all fucking dumpster fires.
Oh, yeah.
2020 ain't got nothing on us. No.
But we appreciate you guys joining us. We really thank you guys.
So the cool thing about this is that as you guys are hearing this, there's actually more content available. And it's going to be coming out on our podcast's YouTube channel, which is holy fucking brains meditating here.
A Squirrel, an Ape, and a Trash Panda
Productions. There we go. Right. I had it. My brain just decided to take the wrong time
in the world.
I fucking meditate at the worst fucking time.
It was terribly misplaced, but the faith was there.
Fuck you. So you can catch more content, including more questions that we answered, some more of our shenanigans, and quite possibly a blooper reel, because depends on how much time Lee has on her hands. Apparently, Lee's also now talking about herself in the third person.
That's pretty awesome.
But you can find that. You can find that on the YouTube channel coming out on the 20th. So that's cool. So yeah, take a look. Once again, that is A Squirrel, an Ape, and a Trash Panda Productions on YouTube. We are trying to hit 100 followers on that so that we can actually change the name of the URL, right?
That would be
we're working on. It's for the URL. Yeah, it'd be great, but we'll get there. We'll get there. It's slow and steady wins the race. I have no clue what the fuck this was. It's 3:30 in the morning.
The best place to find That
Yeah.
link is in our beacons list
That's right.
on our profiles on TikTok.
That's
Which
right.
Lee promises she's going to do tomorrow, which
Yes.
will be before you hear any of this. It's
There you
going to
go.
be there.
In my case,
Um,
it is the third button down.
I think it's my third as well.
So this wasn't really an episode, though. This was
No.
like our pilot, our episode 0, a get to know us introduction. Welcome to the shit show, bitches. Buckle in, because it's going to be a fucking ride.
It sure is.
This was just to give you an idea of the shenanigans we're going to have in store for you. Our next episode actually will come out on the 27th.
7.
You'll be able to find it on a podcast service. There you go. That's the word. Podcast provider near you on July 27th. And that's going to be our first real episode in which a squirrel, an ape, and a trash panda attempt to explain ADHD. Don't forget to give us a looky on the Tiki Talks, that clock app, that app that we're all glued to on our phone. Where can people find you?
Well, people
With
can
your-
find
with your-
myself on the Tiki Talks, ADHD Everything, as well as on Instagram.
Oh, that's right, because you're an overachiever and you have more
That's
platforms.
right. I'm going for Shoe's title. So not just the Tiki Ticks and the gram of instant, but also the stream of twitching. You can find me there
Oh,
as well. Mondays.
Maybe I'm an overachiever. I have one of
Yeah.
those too.
That's right. Mondays and Fridays, 1:30 Mountain Time in the afternoon until about 4 p.m. A sit down, a chit chat.
And occasionally, interesting questions are asked and answered too.
Yes.
Certainly.
What about you, Patrick? Where can people find you?
You can find me on TikTok as ADHD Silverback. I'm also on Twitch as ADHD Silverback. I have an Instagram, but I'm working on it right now, so don't bother looking me up there.
Just don't. I'd rather not be perceived. My name's Lee2460. That's spelled Ley, not Lee. Lee2460 on the Tiki Talks, the clock app thing, where all the cool kids hang out. And you can also find me under the same name on Twitch. I stream Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time in the evening, not the morning, because I'm not a morning person. You can also find me on Tuesdays, where we do a productivity stream where we use Pomodoro method and body doubling. And that's from 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time till about 3 p.m.
I should chime in that I stream on Twitch and TikTok on Mondays and Thursdays from 10 p.m. to 12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Also, make sure you guys check out our profiles, our beacons list and our profiles. Our merch stores are in there. And if you would love to support us, we would greatly appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Indubitably. Well, I think that about wraps it up. So I guess
the first disaster piece is just about done.
the first disaster piece, that's exactly what this is.
So what we're going to do is we're going to take the yellow tape and we're going to wrap it around this dumpster fire. We want to thank you all for coming along on this roller coaster of stupid. Join us next time.
Join us next time. Thank you, guys.
Bye-bye.